So finally, SS600. Hey, hi everyone. This is Sierra Vigol, and it's the time to feel SS600. Okay, so what is SS600? Using the work of another auditor. So let's understand what is there, what all is there in SS600 series. See, there are total 3 standards in SS600 series. That is 600, 610, 620. What you have to learn is AIE. What? AIE. A is using the work of another auditor 600, using the work of I, using the work of internal auditor 610, and E using the work of auditors expert. So what you have to learn is AIE 600, 610, 620. Okay, so 600. All right then. So using the 600 is A, using the work of another auditor. So when you hear another auditor, you like to ask me, so what is another auditor? Cool, I'll explain you. So here what happened is that principal auditor, okay, that is me, I am the external auditor. So I'm the auditor of the main you can say I'm the auditor of the holding company. Okay, I'm the auditor who will audit the entire financial statement. That is called financial statement, where I'll explain you everything. Come on. So using the work of another auditor, using the work of another auditor 600. So let's understand. So you were asking me what is principal auditor, what is other auditor, everything I'm going to explain right now. So principal auditor, so auditor with the responsibility of reporting on the financial statement. He's that guy, he's the person who has the responsibility for reporting on the financial statement of the entity. Okay, where financial statement includes financial information of one or more component audited by another auditor, that is other auditor. See, all right. So who is the principal auditor? He is the person who has the responsibility for reporting on the he has the responsibility on reporting on the financial statement of entity. Okay, where financial information also includes the financial information of one or more component audited by other auditor. Okay, so who is that other auditor? Can you explain me? Yes, that other auditor is an auditor other than principal auditor, obviously with responsibility for reporting on the financial information of component. Okay, see, if you talk about ask me what is component, I'll just explain you. The component means subsidiary. See, if I am a holding company, if I am the auditor of the holding company, so I am principal auditor. If if there is a auditor of the subsidiary company, then he is a other auditor. Okay, so component includes branch, division, subsidiary, joint venture, associate enterprises. So what I'm talking about, principal auditor. Who is the principal auditor? He is the person who has the responsibility for reporting on the financial information of the entity, where financial information also includes financial information of one or more component audited by other auditor. Okay, so about who is other auditor? Obviously, is other than principal auditor, who has the responsibility for reporting on the financial information of component, which is included in the financial information audited by principal auditor. Obviously, who is component? I've already explained you, is division, branch, subsidiary, joint venture, associate enterprises, other entity, whose financial information is included in the financial information audited by principal auditor. All right, cool. So what are we studying? 600. Oh, what is that? AIE. A is 600 is using the work of another auditor. So what have we understood? Who's principal auditor, other auditor, and component? Principal auditor is the guy. The person is the auditor who has the responsibility of reporting on the financial information of the entity, where financial information also includes financial information of one or more component audited by another auditor. Other auditor is a person who is other than obviously principal auditor, who has the responsibility of reporting on the financial information of component, okay, including the financial information audited by other principal auditor. Okay, what is component? Component is branch, division, subsidiary, joint venture, associate enterprises. Okay, then chalo, where this standard is not applicable. So non-applicability of this standard. See, this standard does not apply in case of joint venture, joint auditor, because in case of joint auditor, SA 299 applies. You know that. In case of predecessor auditor, and this SA also does not apply if the principal auditor concludes that financial information of the component is financial statement of the component is immaterial. Where I, principal auditor, think that this financial statement of this component, my small branch or maybe my small subsidiary, I think that this financial statement of this component is very immaterial. It's not important. It's immaterial, so it is not included. In case if you talk about predecessor auditor, okay, the one who was there before you, okay, predecessor auditor. So here this, if I am using the work of predecessor auditor, then this essay is not applicable. This essay is applicable where I am using the work of another auditor. Another auditor is an auditor who is other than principal auditor, who has the responsibility of reporting on the financial information of a component, okay, that is branch, subsidiary, associate, right? So where does this essay does not apply? It does not apply in case of joint auditor. It doesn't apply in case of predecessor auditor. It doesn't apply in case where the component of the financial statement, I think that this component is immaterial. Okay, all right then. So next, predecessor auditor. Now, what is the audit procedure for using the work of other auditor? Okay, so audit, very simple question we are going to do. This essay entirely 600 series is damaging only if you understand. If you just feel it, this means that. If you're using the work of another auditor, what all can you do? If you're using the work of other auditor, you have to understand who are you. I'm a principal auditor. I'm the using the work of other auditor. Who is that guy? He's the auditor of the component, my branch. What is component? Component is like branch, subsidiary, something like that. Where is this asset not applicable? You understood. Now, what are the audit procedure for using the work of other auditor? Now we have to understand like audit procedure for using the work of other auditor. Okay, let's understand what all audit procedure I'm going to use if I have to use the work of other auditor. Simple. For using the work or report of other auditor, the principal auditor should follow the following procedure. Okay, I'm going to follow this following procedure. Only 3 simple procedure. Okay, if I have to use the work of other auditor, I need to apply some audit procedure, right? I am a principal auditor. I want to use the work of other auditor. Don't you think that I should apply some procedure? I should before apply some procedure and then I should use his work. Yeah. Visit number 1. Visit the component. Visit the branch. Visit the subsidiary. Okay. Go and visit and examine the books of account and other record of the said component if necessary. Either you visit the component and examine the books, or you just simply go and examine the or you simply just examine the books of accounts, right? So if you are going to use the work of other auditor, you should first of all visit the component or examine the books of account, right, of the said component, obviously. And then if you're going to use his work, don't you think that you should evaluate the competence of the other auditor? Yeah, but in one case you should not evaluate his competence when he is a chartered accountant. Okay then. So what is happening here? Audit procedure for using the work of other auditor. I want to use his work. I want to use the work of other auditor. I should, first of all visit the component, examine the books, and I should also consider the competence of the other auditor. And then one more point, that is I should, obtain evidence. Okay. I should also obtain evidence, that is sufficient appropriate audit evidence. Why? So that I can I can see whether the work of the other auditor is adequate or not. I'm going to take the evidence also, that is sufficient appropriate evidence, so that I can see whether the work of the other is adequate or not. Okay, so 3 simple things that what are the procedure which you're going to perform before you're going to use the work of other auditor. Number 1, you're going to visit the component, or you're going to examine the books of account, or you should consider the competence, and you should also obtain some evidence so that you can check whether the work of the other auditor is adequate or not. Okay, and meanwhile you should also advise the other auditor. Okay, like should I being a principal auditor, should I also advise the auditor? Yeah, you should also principal auditor should also advise the auditor in respect of 4 things. In respect to 4 things. Number 1, use of his work and report. You should also explain that that other auditor, look, I'm going to use your work. Okay, I'm going to use your report. So this is the what is the use of his work, the work which other auditor is doing, what will be the use of his work and the report. So I'll be telling you I'm going to include the financial statement which you are auditing, the financial statement of the component which you are auditing. I'm going to include it in my financial statement, that is a financial statement of the entity. So I'm going to explain him the use of his work and the report. Then what else should I advise him? Area requiring special consideration, the significant area. I'm going to tell him that, you focus here, area requiring special consideration. So I'm going to advise him regarding that. Then timetable for completion of audit. I'm going to tell him that, look, I need to complete the entire audit by this time, so this should be your time frame. Before this I need everything, alright then. And then significant requirement. I'm going to explain him that there are some significant requirements relating to auditing, reporting, accounting. So I'm going to advise everything related to that, like the number 1, the use of his work and report, the area requiring special consideration, timetable for completion of audit, and the significant requirement relating to auditing, accounting. Okay, and then a principal auditor might discuss the audit procedure to be applied by other auditor. Okay, so if I principal auditor, that is me, might discuss the audit procedure, I can also discuss the audit procedure that has to be applied by other auditor. I can discuss with him, no problem. And principal auditor should consider the significant finding of other auditor. So whenever he has done the audit, the other auditor has done audit, so if there is any significant finding, I should consider the significant finding of the other auditor. Yeah, I should consider it. He may discuss the same with the other auditor and the management of the component. He may also perform supplementary test if necessary. So what are we studying? Can you please tell me? SS 600. What is that? Using the work of another auditor. Principal auditor is the person who has the responsibility for reporting on the financial statement. Other auditor is a person other than principal auditor who has to report on the financial information of the component. Component is a division, branch, subsidiary, joint venture, associate, enterprise. Non-applicable. Where is not applicable? Joint in case of the joint auditor 299, predecessor auditor, and where the component, I think the financial information of it is immaterial. Okay, I need to, if I'm using his work, I need to check. I need to perform audit procedure. What are those audit procedure? What all I have to do before I use his work? Visit the component and examine the books. Consider the competence and also obtain evidence so that you can evaluate, you can see the adequacy of the work. Okay, so that you obtain evidence, right? I can also advise him relating to the use of his work and report, area which require special consideration, timetable for completion of audit, significant requirement relating to accounting, auditing and reporting, and I can also discuss with him regarding audit procedure to be applied by other auditor. Obviously, other auditor is also doing audit of component, so he will also apply what audit procedure. So I can also discuss audit procedure to be applied by other auditor. Now I can also consider significant finding found by other auditor. Now there's in all the essay you find documentation you have to do. Okay, so what all documentation we have to do related to SS 600? But number one, name of the component audited by other auditor. Okay, what all he audited, name of the component. Okay, so just the name of the component, that is branch, subsidiary, I just have to document it. Name of the other auditor, I'll just document it. Any conclusion reached where individual component is not material, that is immaterial. So did I reach any conclusion where the individual component is immaterial? An audit procedure performed in conclusion reached by principal auditor, and how the principal auditor has dealt with qualification or adverse mark contained in other. If in case in the other auditor report there was some qualification adverse remark, how did I deal it with my audit report? That I need to document it. So documentation is very simple. Name of the component, name of the other auditor, any conclusion reached where the individual component was immaterial, audit procedure performed in conclusion reached by principal auditor, and how did I deal with the qualification adverse remark contained in the other auditor report in my final audit report. Got it? And then there has to be a coordination between auditor. All right, which auditor? Principal auditor and other auditor. There has to be some coordination. So what is it written over here? I'm studying Auditpedia 2.0. You must have. In case you don't, you can take it from me. There has to be a coordination between auditor. Okay. All right, there has to be a coordination between auditor. What is saying that there has to be a sufficient license between principal auditor and other auditor. You'll ask me what is license. License means a cooperation. There has to be some communication, right? There has to be sufficient communication between principal auditor and other auditor. I'll say okay, the point is coordination between auditors. So there has to be sufficient license between principal auditor and other auditor. Other auditor should coordinate with the principal auditor. Definitely. How will he coordinate? By providing significant finding. Like whatever audit is doing, whatever significant finding is getting, he has to coordinate to the principal auditor, right? Adhere to the timetable for the audit of the component. He'll has to follow the timetable and compliance with law and regulation, right? So the both has to coordinate with each other. There has to be sufficient license between principal auditor and that is other auditor, and other auditor should coordinate with the principal auditor by providing significant finding whatever he got during audit, adhere to the timetable for audit of component, and comply with law and regulation. Other auditors should also respond to the questionnaire if required by the principal. What happened is the principal auditor gives some questionnaire to the other auditor, and another auditor respond to that questionnaire. All right. So how he is going to coordinate? The other auditor is going to provide significant finding if he got any, adhere to the timetable for the audit of component, comply with the law and regulation, and in case he gets some questionnaire by principal auditor, he is going to respond to it. Right. So next question is, what is the role of principal auditor? Can you please tell me the role of principal auditor? Yes. Why not? Very simple. Principal auditor, other auditor. Principal auditor role is, if it is necessary. Point number one, it is necessary to issue written communication as principal auditor to other auditor. So number one, role of principal auditor is going to give. What is going to give? He is going to give written communication as principal auditor to other auditor. I'll give it. I am a principal auditor. Is the essay 600 is telling me that if you being a principal auditor, you need to give written communication to as a principal auditor to other auditor. I'll give it. Principal auditor should advise the other auditor of any matter comes into attention which I think is important for audit work. So if there is anything, I am going to advise to other auditor, right? When considered by necessary, principal auditor may require other auditor to answer. If I require, I'm gonna give him detailed questionnaire, and he should reply. He should respond to it. So what all I'm going to do? Role of principal auditor. Number one, I'm gonna issue written communication as a principal auditor to other auditor. All right. Then what else? I should advise other auditor of any matter that comes in my attention which I think is important bearing on auditor's work. Okay. And then if required, I'm gonna give him a detailed questionnaire which he has to respond. Okay. Right, so this is the role of principal auditor. Then you will ask me, what is the role of other auditor? You know already what is the role. He has to coordinate with the principal auditor. Number one, he has to ensure with the compliance. He has to comply with relevant requirement as law and regulation, and then he has to respond to questionnaire. Everything is similar. In this essay, if you understand the concept, which principal auditor, which other auditor, what do you mean by component, what is the audit procedure that you have to follow if you are going to use the work of other auditors. So simple documentation. How do you coordinate with each other? What is the role of principal auditor? And then what is the role of other auditor? You understood that you have to coordinate with principal auditor, other auditor. You have to audit auditor has to comply with law and regulation, and that other auditor also has to respond to questionnaire which principal auditor gives him. And the last two more thing, reporting the conclusion of using the other auditor report. Okay, so reporting the conclusion of using other auditor report. Like, what is the reporting requirement? Now listen. where the principal auditor conclude that the work of the other auditor cannot be used. Okay, I am the principal auditor and conclude that I cannot use his work, and principal auditor has not been able to perform additional procedure regarding the financial information of the component. Okay, so I just conclude that no, I being principal auditor, I cannot use his work. Okay, and I cannot even perform additional procedure. Oh my god. Then principal auditor, what he is going to do, he is simply going to express qualified, he is going to modify the report, he is going to he is going to express a qualified opinion or disclaimer. Because why this qualified and disclaimer? Because there is a limitation on scope of audit. So simple reporting thing, it says that if you cannot use his work, the work of the other auditor, or you cannot and you also cannot perform additional procedure, then you simply qualify the report, give a qualified opinion, or modify the report, that is give qualified opinion or disclaimer, because there is a limitation to scope. And then last, if there is a modification in another auditor's report. Okay, what happened if there is a modification? Okay, my component auditor, that is other auditor, gave me he gave modification in his report. Then what do? Then principal auditor should consider whether modification in his, that is entity, that is principal auditor report, whether that modification in his report is also required or not. If there is a modification in another auditor report, then I should think whether it is required, that modification in my audit report is also required or not, whether I should consider it or not in my report. Got it? And then last, division of responsibility. Okay, so division of responsibility, I will simply say that whose audit, that is principal audit, has done. That I'll say that for my part, this is all I have done. See, let's read it. Responsibility of the principal auditor should clearly state the division of responsibility. I'll clearly state the division of my responsibility. That is, my responsibility is to do the audit of my part and not the component part. Okay, so the report of the principal auditor should clearly state the division of the responsibility by indicating to the extent the financial statement of component audited by other auditor. So he'll simply say that the audit of the component has been done by other auditor only. I have not done the audit of that part, right? So the report of the principal auditor should clearly state a division of responsibility by indicating the extent to which indicating extent to which the financial statement of component audited by other auditor included in the financial statement of entity. Simple. And in case I want the working paper of subsidiary, that is component, can I get? No, not. Holding company auditor cannot access the working paper of the subsidiary, but can ask for question and seek clarification. You can ask for question, can seek clarification, but cannot ask for working paper. This is a note, comes in MCQ also. Okay, so we are done with SS 600. What was it? Damn easy here. 600 using the work of AIE, using the work of another auditor. AI using, that is 600. I using the work of internal auditor, that is AI 610. Using the work of auditors expert, that is E 620. Is it done? See you in next essay. Bye bye.